But whatever. I wasted enough time. What? God damn it, I feel like I need to rewrite a lot. Going to every sermon I could, week after week after week, show up, listen to the words of the priests. Often they talked about how well they were doing, how well they helped the people. Well, they had helped the people in strife and grief. Oh, yeah. It felt wrong, everything I wrote. Like, I. Ah, Jesus. Oh, God. Dying here. Uh, season changed to autumn. Changed to autumn. Changed to autumn. Season changed to autumn. People preparing themselves for the long winter. He went to the cathedral to comfort. Feel better about the harsh time. Winter were always hard for the people of fun. That's the city now. People of Alvin. The soil became hard and difficult growing animals feed well and fat. So they to ration and share what they spare. Always the sermons were full. Always the sermons was full. Especially now, coming towards time. Oh, something hit me. It hit me during early autumn Sunday. The sermon changed. Now one of the bishops. One that often, one that spoke the word, one that mostly spoke directly of the words book. More as the clergy. Agrarian spokesperson. Thinking back, several other priests held the sermons. Pious, pious months. And like what I'm writing right now is like more like what I want to have happen, and like once I've gone through it all, I'm going to like start filling it out, like more like detailed sounds, visuals, or conversations, and a lot of filler. Which is what I want to have happen right now. Like the angle. Get the story done. What I want to have happen. Like this not just like an edit for myself, but just like I'm going okay, that's gonna happen. All of this. Is this maybe a little bit early? Summit. Summer came to a close. Summer came to close. A close. Removing this. Summer came into close. A new to the pulpit. Old sermon. And poop. Wait. Yeah. Sermon. All the bishops. One that mostly tended to the direct words of God. Translating the old texts for the commoners. Commoners, yes. I feel like I need to take a break from this one soon. I don't know. We'll see. A lot about the stories. Too many. He did not open the sermon by speaking. It sounds pretty much speaking the words God. Instead he spoke of the priest had been holding the sermon every week. Anton's death. Priest had died. Much in the same passion to Ken. He was being praised. Being praised. Spoke of how he had been blessed by God. By Solari. He's blessed by God. By Solari. Taken to the afterlife. Heaven. Early. So like the main thing is that like I wanted to make it feel like they believe so strong in it that like when they're being like smited like this, they think it's a good thing. Like they believe Canton was doing such a good job. And like when he got smited, like he was granted succor. He was being gifted like uh being gifted like early death so that from his sickness, and therefore like every single like one that passes after this, like they also believe that they are being blessed, like taken to heaven early. Well, in fact, he's like while Solari is constantly smiting those who are holding the sermons. But they believe it's because they're doing such a good job. But actually, as a matter of fact, it's because they are praising the priests, the bishops, the people of the clergy like so much, like, and the people are praising them for doing such a good job. It just angers God because they're not praising God, they're praising the people, like the clergy, not God. The people in the cathedral cheered. People of the cathedral cheered the priest. He's going to have a name at some point, but like right now, he's the priest. That's why now the other guy's the bishop. Cheered for the priest. Humblings occurred. Did it occur? Not an extra. Oh, okay. Mumblings occurred. Mumblings occurred. Listened into them. They spoke of how kind, helpful priest was. How he always went out of his way to aid people. He came to the homes, comfort sick. Shoulder the sad. The bishop quieted down. Quiet head. Quieted down. Cathedral. Down the cathedral. Okay, I actually don't know where to go from here. I may need to jump a little bit. Where would I go from here? I may need to just do this. Near few weeks later, the bishop passed away the same way Canton and the priest had. Passed away the same way Canton and the priest had. With every new sermon now, new person of the clergy was holding the sermon. And everyone spoke so highly the departed, those who were left. Body of the departed, and those who were left. About how good the job they had been. Autumn came upon us. Sun setting earlier, and the dark of night found people. And and the seasonal sadness came upon the people, citizens. Yeah. Where else would we go from here? Wasn't until uproar happened in the markets. Happened in uproar happened in the market and the city, the residency. Just something. Travelers spoke of how darker was here. Darker was here in Avalon. Like the days were shorter. Rats and mice had begun to infest the streets. Where they came from, no one knows. And the strangest rumors appeared. Strangest rumors appeared. People were saying that farmers spoke of heightened wolf sightings. Usually stragglers vanished from the pack that came to the farm. Now packs were spotted. Saying that things were appearing, sounds in the dark. Sounds in the dark. Always, always, always. Small glowing orbs. The small glowing orbs spotted by the disturbances. Disturbances? What the fuck is that word? They swapped an A for an E? My officers and I investigated the strange happening. Hunters couldn't find anything. Couldn't find anything that would make like wolves, wolf packs traveled this close to town, city. Even bears were spotted too close. Was usually in deep the forest. That's where found massive clusters. Massive clusters and groups. And the glowy strangeness. It happened out in outskirts of the city. Oh. Some reason the reports only on god damn it reported during sunrise and sunset. I don't know where I'm going from this point. I genuinely don't know where I'm going right now. I genuinely don't. I want to write on a little bit of. And I could continue writing here, but I think I want to pass it. I had a real good zombie story that I kind of wanted to do though. Begin on. I think I have any of that. Because that would be horrors. No, I don't have one. I could write the hunt. The hunt would actually be quite fun. Gotta figure that one out though. Maybe I do. Yeah, I do. So many good ideas, but I'm just suck at writing. Let's just um zombies. That's what it's going called for now. I had the idea, like this is just what I remember from my goddamn freaking my dream last night. It was literally just three dudes smoking weed in like a skyscraper mall. I don't know. It was weird. And then like it's like the bottom parts of the building that were like the mall. Then like the top parts of it were like offices and like other businesses like that. And not necessarily commercial stuff, but yeah. And like they were up in like some of the office places, just smoking weed because it's a good place to hide. Like a floor that didn't like the space weren't used. And then like lots of sounds are coming from like down below. But one action. Is it in here? Where the hell is that thing fucking saved? What the fuck? Down here somewhere? Yeah, there it is. Yes. But why it is in a skyscraper mall? God knows. It's a weird ass world, I think. It in a skyscraper skyscraper multi-purpose building. Hiding hiding out hiding out on a e abandoned whatever abandoned and abandoned abandoned. There's just all the letters in that word just got on an abandoned office floor. Sound screaming sounds the screaming sounds come from the mall floors below building. Floors skyscraper. Floors of the skyscraper. Dedicated mall space. Filled with stores. Or filled with stores. Further up, several floors, restaurants. That's written wrong. It wasn't written. And then it's an A in there. Yeah, that O should have been. Stuff. The top floors. All served. Served for offices. 10. Yeah. Being slightly high. Look over the the fence. Seeing people run in all directions. I don't know what this story is or where it's gonna go, but we gotta start. Who knows where the fuck it's gonna go? It's a zombie story. Is it gonna be similar to like The Walking Dead or whatever the fuck? Gonna have supernatural? I don't frickin' know. We'll figure it out as we go. Yes, I'm calling it zombies, and people will be referring to them as zombies, even though they don't know what it is. It's just what they will end up calling them. Thinking as we're gonna be like, they don't know what it is. Like, I like The Walking Dead, where like, zombies hasn't existed in fiction whatsoever. People run in all directions. The three boys giggle, laugh at the weird people below. They continue smoke their weed. They are all out of weed. They're all out of weed. All out of weed. And most of the, what is it called when it like, most of it is out of their system. They head to the elevator. No. Head to the elevator. Figured. We have learned from many mistakes. And it's best to let it out of the system before they rejoin other people, so they don't get into trouble with law enforcement. So many good ideas. I don't think I'm gonna continue on this one right now, though. I think this is about all I have for it. What do you think, but I'll have to. I think I need one. Like, I don't know where I'm going with this either, and I have so many just notes now. I feel like personally, what I think I want to do for this one is like I want to like start reading it from the start again, like going through it, feeling the vibe, feeling what I want. I think that's what I want. I'm not like I know where I want to go with the story. Well, some parts of it. Like I don't have the entire story with me. And like, yeah, I don't know where more. Like I'm very much still in the setup phase where like it's setting up the world, the lore, like where it's going, but it needs a retcon. Is it Torah? Oh my god. And I've called it Alvan. Kept the A though. Um, I wanna. Yeah. I mean, for this one, I'm gonna. That one needs a little bit more, but I wanted to write it down. Just wanted to have it written down. This one, I'm gonna start reading through it one more time. Yeah, but I don't want to do that now. I want to do that when I have like a day off work. And when I'm working, I kind of want just to write. I'll have to find another story for tomorrow, and then like on Saturday, I think it is. Saturday is my first day off. Yes, might go back to this and just read through it. I like the way it's going though, but I want to change so that like they're showing off Canton, Archbishop Canton, immediately. That I think I want to go with priests initially. I think I'm gonna go with bishops, because like those would be on like the next for being the archbishop. They haven't decided on it yet, and then after, like it's gonna take like a month or so or a little bit longer before like the second one comes, because they're going to be like talking in a way like, hey, Canton was a great man. He was called the voice of God as he was sick. Archbishop Canton had been sick for a while. He was young, but he had caught a dreadful illness. Was on the brink of taking him. Then God himself, the benevolent Solari, gave him the peace of death. Branded him with his own mark. Show Canton had been taken to heaven by Solari himself. Like things like that, where like they're really pushing it, like Canton was so good and God, and like he was the voice of God. He's speaking the words of God in such a way that like it was as if God was speaking directly through him, and not him just speaking the words of God that was spoken to him. He's just telling it further, as you know, the most have been that he himself simply the actual voice of God. And the fact, and like the reason why it's all happening is because people gave him that nickname, but I gotta find myself another model. I want to that in the end, like he never denied it. He's like, yeah, I am the voice of God. Like he became like a little bit high on himself, a little bit ego, and that sort of made God angry, and ending up smiting the bastard. Like he didn't like wasn't happy with him, so he just ended up smiting him. Ended up killing him. save it? Where my pictures been saved then? That happened, I guess. Oh yeah. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. I think that's where I wanna go. Um Canton shown during his last sermon, showing off the, showing off the, thank you, Chico. Hello, Chico Mandarino. That is actually a very nice alliteration. Like, boop, 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 boop. I like it. Nice. Yes. Oh no, that will never stop. Sometimes I just need a little break to figure out where I'm going. I mean, it's a little bit there right now. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I need. Like, I kind of got the start, and I think I'm at the end of like the quote unquote setup phase. Like, I'm setting up like the church being high on themselves, that they're actually being smited, and then like things are going downhill. But I need to be careful because it is very important that the church and the priests of Solari are still there when the monster starts arriving. Because like the main character and his peace officers are still going to be working with them for as long as they are there. Because he figures out like, wait, holy symbols actually work. Like blessed things are good at like deterring the monsters. Like, you know, holy water and all that stuff. For the motivation. I like that. I appreciate that. Um in but after a certain amount of time passes, like, okay, yeah, there are monsters now. They're managing to deal with them. It's gonna be like lesser monsters, like some of the easier ones, like goblins, pixies, and like maybe like a hellhound, like smaller things that is more like manageable by humans. Like they don't. No one here has powers. Um. Then like at a certain point, there are no more priests, no more of the clergy. When the last person, the last priest dies, every single thing that was blessed, well, and it's not going to happen when the last priest dies, but, well, actually, yeah, because when the last priest dies, and the sun will finally fully darken. That's when, like, every single blessed item stops being blessed, because the Solari has properly and truly just abandoned, is left them. So everything that was blessed in the name of Solari just isn't blessed anymore. Like if they figure out like, oh, blessed items are very good. Okay, need to bless a lot of items, put them around in people's homes, around the town, to sort of deter a lot of the monsters. Still, some smaller ones like the pixies are going to be able to get in, and goblins as well because they're sneaky little kids. But after for a time, they're like, there is no religion. Like, and then people start getting scared because now monsters are can easily get into town. the sun is finally fully darkened, like worse monsters appear, like vampires, werewolves, gargoyles, some really, really dangerous ones. I also gotta find one way or other where like I can figure out how like the blessed items. I feel like I can find a way to do. Like maybe he's like fighting a pixie and he like managed to push it into a corner, but that corner has like a blessed item or something. And I'm like just tries to shy away from it. We start testing it out. How do I get the silver to work? It's like most people wouldn't have silver in a like a old medieval town. Silver wouldn't be common. I feel like maybe if like a goblin has gotten into some wealthy person's house, maybe goblin gets into a wealthy person's house, they might have silver and silverware. Uh, like maybe a mirror that has like silver embroidery or stuff. The embroidery. Well, like people still believe in God. The commoners believe in God, but there isn't anyone straight up just praying to God. Like, well, people believe in him. Like the commoners believe in him, but there are no priests. There are no more priests because God has smited all of them because they're not speaking his name in good glory. They're sort of gotten a little bit too ego, a little bit high on themselves, and he's gotten mad because they're like taking credit for his work and not like undermining God's authority. Um, since now there are no more priests, they can't really. Like, nobody knows how to make another priest, and no one is able to properly commune with God. You can pray to him, you're not really feeling anything back. There is no answer, and people are now scared shitless because you can, if you look up in the sky, like normally, you can, oh, there's the sun, but their world, when it has fully darkened, all you see is just a very faint outline of the sun. That's it. Fine. So the monsters will only ever attack during the day because there is no pure light to protect the world anymore, except during the night. That's where it like comes into play because like people that will go back and go into faith start worshiping the goddess of the moon. They realize that wait, the monsters only attack during the day because the darkening of the sun, but nighttime is always safe. They go into hiding. They're like they realize that trying to fight some bigger monster, like when they get pushed into the moonlight, it hurts them. It's kind of like a reverse scenario where like sunlight dangerous to vampires, but then suddenly it's the moonlight. But there is because it's a pure type of light. Now it's technically a little bit wrong because like moonlight is just the sun reflecting off of the moon, but it's fantasy. So people go back, like people start worshiping the goddess of the moon, and they feel they're being heard. So there's a new religion starting using the old cathedral because there's no one there anymore. And with that, like new priests are arriving. Like instead of like looking like traditional priests with the barbs and whatnot, they're more wearing like smaller like gothic clothing and whatnot. I love gothic. And when the main character like realizes, oh my god, there are actually new priests, he goes to them and start re-blessing items, especially the peacekeeper items, and then it's like talks to them like, do kindly bless as many items as you can, protect the people, protect town. And suddenly, like the cathedral was always safe, simply because of its religious significance. then it becomes even, yeah. Then I don't know when I'm gonna silver, but then a lot of more people are like worshiping the goddess of the moon. Safe, like people start shifting. Like instead of going out during the day to do your shopping and trying to do and having shops and whatnot, they completely flip. Like everything is being done at night. The only ones that are really out during the day are the peace officers, trying to hunt the monsters, keeping the people safe. Of course, with the high tier monsters, is going to be hard because, like, vampires is going to be more like the demonic looking vampires or monsters. Like, they have horns, they have wings, they have the tail. It's like they're taking a lot of names from just like old witch tales. That's a vampire, like vampire, like monster that just seeks out people to eat them. Like I have in here somewhere like going out to the farm to deal with wolves. That is like a setup for like the farms aren't going to be attacked by wolves anymore. They're being attacked by werewolves. You can set up a trap for a wolf. The werewolf can just pry open the trap again and continue. And then yeah, it was gonna be like sort of a like eternal night and eternal eclipse, but it's always gonna be dark. But it's safe during the night because of moonlight. I feel like I have got the setup part. Rewriting needs to happen in this though because I've changed my mind on something. Then basically here is when like the clergy starts dying. They think it's a good thing. Like they think they're getting smited because they've done a good job. Actually, they're being punished. But like they don't realize it. They just think they've done such a good job that God is rewarding them. And it just goes downhill. Just becomes worse and worse. I don't know where to go from this. I need to reread through my stuff at the moment just to like, am I done? Where do I want to go? What do I need? I have a lot of here though. That's my tracking system of how I'm doing with the writing. I like from we read to start because firstly they're going to hide Archbishop Canton's body. Now I want them to show it because they're like really proud of it. As I was explaining, it's like a Van Helsing thing because like it will be guns. Have like the most primitive form of like pistols, revolvers. It's going to play a part because like you don't want to just use it because it's loud as fuck. Like first situation of revolvers where they still use black powder instead of gunpowder. Only want to use it, but have to use it. Use it in town. You don't want to use it in town unless you have to, because it'll spook the common folk, like just hearing a fucking gunshot. You don't want to use it while out of town. Jesus Christ. Oh! I have considered crossbows and bows. But my idea for the more pistols were like, it's an emergency tool. Use your swords, you will use your crossbows, but when you just have to like rip it and just because it's fast, it's like it's always prepared. Like a crossbow, you may like you could shoot once, but then you have like drag it back and then prepare it and like with the gun, like it's gonna have a few in it. It's like first stage to actual guns, like beyond muskets and flintlocks. Actually, a revolver or a pistol. Like they're exclusively filled with silver bullets. Like that is your I am so fucked. I need to use this tool. Like they were using silver swords and everything. Thing is like I want to be the gun because I want to have like a specific scenario where like some like they're out on a farm, like the main character and one of the other officers out on a farm. Like they're dealing with some hellhounds and whatnot. It was a large group of hellhounds. Needed to do something. Like they're getting a little bit overrun. They're having a little bit of struggle, but they manage in the end. But then like the other guy, like let's just finish this, and he pulls out the gun, finishing the monster. And that was a mistake. Because now, like, didn't they just hear in the distance a mad howl? That's not a wolf howl. That's a werewolf. And for common people, werewolves are absolutely terrifying. Like, they're incredibly strong, incredibly durable, and fast. It's like, even though they have silver weapons, it isn't guaranteed that they're gonna kill it. Like, they can cut their flesh, but like, that thing runs away. I still recover from a silver sword wound. And they're like so fucked because like a werewolf is right. And I'm thinking, I'm sure, I'm considering killing off the other officer. I'm also considering maybe it's a humbling experience. It's like, oh shit, I fucked up. I need to be more careful. I can't just be using the gun because I have to savor this. Like, I have to be careful. And like, he becomes like, it would be nice though if it's like a humbling moment. He learns from it and starts using more like crossbows or a bow. Take them out from range instead. Would be some. It's gonna be one of those people like he has ever so slightly abused the gun. It's like, oh, I can just shoot them so easy. He's like crossbow or a bow, like it's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be as good as a gun. It just comes out with such force and velocity. Crossbow, low powerful and like boom. It's not as good. Be kind of abusing it. He has never gotten into a situation where he just absolutely the werewolf. Like I'm thinking like that's like a werewolf. But some of the worst monsters that can appear, not even the vampires, is the gargoyle. During the night, when it's like safe, they turn to stone. Which is why they be given the name gargoyle. That's like their defense mechanism. Like that's how they survive. They can stay out in the moonlight. Stone. They're almost impossible to kill because the stone is way better, more hard than like granite or like you have to hunt them during the day when they're weakened, when they're not in their stone form. They gargoyle. They got wings. They're fast. They're ferocious. Where would I go after this? That's like when the pixies start dying. That's like the first monsters like come out of like depths of hell or whatever. Because now they can. No eternal pure light of sun or moon protecting the world. I don't know, like, because I am horrendous with filler. Like, I can write what I want to happen, and like all the filler. Like, I'm listening to the like Harry Potter at the moment. I was like, how the fuck do you put in so much filler? I don't get it. How do you do this? I'd like to do it myself, but I just can't. I don't think I want to too much though. And I get. I don't care how long my book is. It could be these 5 pages, and I'm happy. Or it could be 50 or 500, as long as it's good. That's all I care about. Considering this is more or less a self-contained story, kind of want to leave it on like, leave like end the story on a situation where like, the peace officers have like they got the tools to deal with the monsters. Like this is like their new world, like Darkened Sun. It's like their new world. But I also think it's gonna be ever so slightly like how it was in Castlevania, where it's like it's very centralized to this one area. Because of this, is like this place is dangerous. It has a lot of value. Monster materials are incredible. Like they're not just gonna poof into smoke. They can use those things. But I think it's like it's gonna be a little bit of both of Grimdark and Silver Lining. Is like, yeah, world has been ever so slightly fucked. Sun has darkened. Like this one place, wanted or not. Anyway, I gotta figure that out. Doesn't matter. It's probably just gonna be contained for this. Like this horror story is like just this one. Every horror story is going to be like very self-contained. It's this one story. Next horror is something else. Unless I come up with a real fucking good sequel. It happened. I had some weird ass dreams. It's gonna end up definitely end up off with the silver lining. We're like, yeah, we found a way to live with it, found a way to deal with the monsters. Honestly, yeah, if it is ever like they were like the ones spreading the word, or like you want to use silver, you want to have this like the new church. Yeah, still a little bit unsure about magic. Want to actually scratch magic? Wasn't think like just most basic form of magic, like not like how it was in Castlevania with like I have no idea what it was. That's a little bit too much. Like, just be basic, like you just can conjure flame or a little gust of wind. I think I want to like that. Skip on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's gonna be like they learn how to deal with it. They're gonna learn how to live with it. Um, people go about the day just flipped now. Everything is being done during the night. People are trying to stay indoors and stay safe during the day. Just go back to more or less normal, but just flipped from night and day. I think this is a very self-contained story, but yeah, I haven't done a lot of right now, which I think is necessary. Once the darkening of the sun happens,